Good morning, everybody, and welcome to The Balancing Act. We are so glad you joined us this morning. I'm Julie Moran.
And I'm Olga Villabrody. Okay, are you feeling smart today?
Always.
There you go. I'll be learning how we can become part of the smart majority using online technology to further our education.
So important. And when it comes to credit scores, credit reports, and especially credit-related problems, most Americans are at a loss to fully understand what in the heck is going on. Well, we'll talk to some experts who can help us repair and restore our credit.
I like that. Plus, we're continuing our comprehensive series on addiction. It takes many faces and affects those from all walks of life. There are 12 steps on the road to recovery. 12. We're talking to those who have made this journey, and I got to tell you, Julie, it's so inspirational.
Great. The Balancing Act starts right now.
Is your dream to earn more money? Yeah. Perhaps greater job satisfaction? Of course. Maybe a new, more exciting career with better pay? Well, now we're talking. Today, women are demanding more from their careers and life. Joining us to talk about ways to achieve all we desire is Camelia Symes, CEO and founder of Smart Majority, an online education resource providing educational opportunities for women from coast to coast. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Thanks for being here. You know, the more I see it and the more I hear about it, it seems like lots more women are being driven to the internet to take online courses. What gives here? Why?
I think it's the flexibility that online courses provide us around our busy schedules. We all want to fit it in around our lives. So we have family time, we have children, and we want careers. So online courses provide you that flexibility to do it in your own time, save the money, and have the flexibility to choose what you want to learn and when you want to learn it. It offers you the opportunity to retrain, and also it offers you the opportunity to do career boosting courses that give you the help you need to find new prospects and be more successful in your career.
So who's your typical student?
About 80% of our learners are women, and a large majority of that are mums. Mums who want to be empowered, they want to be career women, and they also want to be role models for their children.
So important.
So important, absolutely. And the main challenge they have is time. So online education gives them that flexibility, especially with us at Smart Majority. We give them the time to learn at their own pace, save the money, so that they can have money for family time as well as career, and apply themselves to their new skills.
And I know the feedback you're getting is amazing from women who have gone through some of the courses, and you have a couple here. I'd like you to share it with our viewers because they're really very happy once they go through it.
That would be fantastic if I could share some
Absolutely,
with you.
do so.
I have one here from Susan. She studied our makeup course. She said, I love this course. It is so much more comprehensive than many of our other online courses out there. Also, we have Valerie studying interior design, which is a very popular course with us. Thank you very much for being such a great guide during this new and exciting journey of mine. Your remarks are positive, and your input were extremely helpful and instrumental in my successful completion of this course. I'm excited to embark on this new journey and cannot wait to see what the future holds.
Now, from a letter testimonial to a Skype testimonial, let's hear from somebody who Skyped about how much they love it too.
Hi, Smart Majority. I just wanted to give you some feedback with my makeup course. I had a great time during the course, and I've learned a lot, and I really love the assignments. I appreciate all the encouragement of my tutors and the support you gave me. I would definitely recommend you to my family and friends. Thanks a lot one more time.
Now, that's fabulous.
It is, and that's just one of the many messages we get from our learners. Maria has been studying with us now for about 6 months, and she's just starting a new course. And it's exciting because she's been empowered to start a new career, and that's what we want for our learners.
Let's talk about some of the courses that you offer at Smart Majority.
We do a wide variety of courses. We introduce new courses every 3 to 6 months. It depends what you want. If you're looking to boost your career, there's leadership and management, there's entrepreneurial marketing, there's sales mastery. And if you're looking to retrain, you can choose from event planning, wedding planning, makeup artist.
Oh, wow.
So we do a wide variety of courses, so the right course is there for you to choose.
What about if somebody struggles? Because I mean, I kind of did enjoy having the professor in front of me, raising the
Sure.
hand and saying, Professor, do you have that kind of assistance when someone is maybe, stuck on something or not understanding or just having issues?
Absolutely. One of the things that we're really passionate about, and one of the messages that we like to leave our learners with, is just that if you're studying online, doesn't mean that you're alone. We have a wide variety of tutor support, a customer care team out there to help you and assist you, so that the help is there when you need it and as often as you need it.
And how can you compare, let's say, the online to the traditional courses when it comes to cost?
Learning online with Smart Majority is certainly a lot more affordable than traditional learning. That's because we work really, really hard to keep the cost down and offer as much value as possible. One of our mission statements is that we want to share knowledge with as many people as we can. And that means that the cost has to be affordable so people can do that course, because we love to hear the success stories like you've just heard.
You shared one with me, and I'd like to share it with our viewers about a woman who did the course. I believe she wanted to write, and now she's writing books and received awards?
Yes, she's actually given in her notice to her job. And she's won 2 national awards already in England.
Amen.
And she's writing for a publishing house now. So it's fantastic. For us, those sort of stories is why we work, why I get up in the morning.
Where can our viewers go to get the success in their life?
They go to smartmajority.com/The Balancing Act, and they can take advantage of a very special offer where they save 75% off, and they can start learning a course today for less than $20 a month.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for
Come
having
back
us.
again. And to learn more about learning online, go to our website. You heard it, 75% off, thebalancingact.com, or log on to Facebook/The Balancing Act fans.
Imagine this, you've found the house of your dreams. You've got the income, maybe even some cash in the bank for a down payment, but the mortgage lender says, no, your credit score is too low, and you don't even know why. Then poof, your dream of a new home just went up in smoke. Well, here to help us learn how to revitalize our credit are James Charlet and Simon Webster, co-owners of CRE Credit Services. Welcome, guys.
Thanks for having us.
You know, good credit affects everything from the cost of insurance to interest rates. Why is that, James?
They have a mathematical algorithm that came out a long time ago that they think can predict whether or not someone's going to repay their bills, and that's all based on your credit report.
Yeah, most people don't realize how much credit really does impact your finances. It can actually cost you thousands of dollars a year on your insurance premiums. In fact, most people don't realize how much it impacts you on financing something such as a house as well. Actually, a $200,000 house, the difference in just 1% in interest rate can actually cost you $50,000 in interest.
My gosh. Well, so if folks have credit problems, how can they improve? How can they fix those?
Well, call us.
No, honestly, there
answer.
there are a lot of laws out there that are designed to protect consumers. They have the right to challenge incorrect, incomplete information contained in their reports. That's the Fair Credit Reporting Act is the primary federal law for that. Unfortunately, and my background, I used to be in the legal and compliance department at Experian, and every single day we had hundreds of consumer complaints going through attorney generals, going through their congressmen, and every one of those people, they had real wrong information on their report that they had tried to fix. And unfortunately, when they tried to go through the proper consumer channels, they couldn't get any satisfaction. And long enough seeing that happen at Experian is what caused me to leave. But theoretically, those tools are out there for consumers to help, but sometimes they need a little boost from a professional.
Got it. And what is, James, the difference between bad credit and good credit?
Well, when you're talking about how much it costs, I think Simon had talked about that, but it's really hard to quantify, and unfortunately, you want a black and white answer, and there isn't one. I've seen a gentleman that had never missed a payment in his life, in his 60s, with an 820 credit score, and he got 3 $20 medical collections. Not the biggest deal in the world, you would think. Dropped him to a 604 credit score.
That's, and Simon, your own mother had a real challenge with her credit. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, that's actually what really inspired me to get into this. So I was raised by a single mom, and she works so hard just to take care of us. And I really think that unfortunately, a lot of times people fall into this financial cycle where, you know, they get into credit issues or debt issues, and it's very difficult to get out of it, because then you start to pay more because you have higher interest rates. And then once you start paying more, it's harder to, you know, pay other bills or do certain things like that. And so
Your bills
it was
are more expensive. You're likely to default.
Absolutely. And so it was very difficult, you know, seeing her go through that. And as I got older, actually she got her first home when she was 53, and then so it was me kind of telling her, hey, let's see what's out there, you know, instead of renting and paying for somebody else's, you know, mortgage and things like that, let's see what we can do. So at 53 years old, she actually got her first house, and it was very exciting for me. And so that's what really inspired me to help other, you know, people that have gone through the same things that she did.
Sure. And James, there are hundreds of repair companies out there. What makes yours different?
Well, I don't even like the term repair. We correct and educate and coach. That's really what we're here for. Unfortunately, there are a whole lot of people that do illegal things to try and fix a credit report, like create false Social Security numbers or forge a police report, or more common than they just lie. It's illegal to lie to a credit reporting agency. You can't say an account's not yours when it is, or it was never late when it was, and that's what a lot of them do. That's not what we do. We educate at no cost to begin with. We see whether or not there are errors and incomplete information, and if there are, then we go in and we correct the actual errors. We don't want to misrepresent someone. Unfortunately, because of a lot of the wrong information that's there, most consumers that have less than perfect credit that's being amplified. It's making them to look even worse than they really are, and we want to correct that. We want to show them at the true risk they would be to lend, not a false risk.
And you've got a free book I know you're writing or have written, and that'll be available for our viewers, right?
Yes, it will.
Absolutely. It's called The Women's Guide to Credit and Finances. It'll be on Amazon. And so some men may hate us out there, but it's very specifically oriented towards women, and just trying to help them understand finances and credit and how to empower their families.
So if folks want to find you out there, where do they go?
To www.crecreditservices.com, and one of our credit analysts will actually go and do a free consultation and education and everything. There's no requirements or anything like that. Just
it's no obligation.
Absolutely.
We're into the consumer advocacy side of it. If they just want to call in and get some good advice on credit, that's not going to cost anything. If there's something we can do to help them, we'd be happy to provide that service as well.
Absolutely.
I love that. I love that you got a free book out there. Free, ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, guys, for coming by.
Thank you for
Thanks so
having
much
us.
for having us.
And if you'd like some more additional information on how to manage your credit, visit us at thebalancingact.com or log on to Facebook/The Balancing Act Fans.
We all know addiction can destroy lives, but there's always hope for recovery. In our 12-part series, we're not only looking at the many faces of addiction, but also the unique programs offered by Transformations Drug and Alcohol Treatment Center to help them reclaim their lives. In part 2 of our series, we look at the Adults Over 30 program and how it can help people find the strength within themselves to overcome addiction. As I found out, these are people who need hope in their lives because every decision they make affects others.
They talk about the loneliness of the alcoholic, to live alone and know your family is in a different state because they can't deal with living with you anymore. It takes you to a whole new low. Everybody has their own bottom, but that for me was the ultimate bottom.
Over 23 million Americans suffer from addiction, and for many, reaching bottom is when they realize it's time to reach out, to get help, and find hope. Jamie Salzberg certainly knows the importance of hope for the recovering addict. She's a licensed psychotherapist at Transformations Treatment Center in Delray Beach, Florida, helping the older, above 30 adult population who enter the program. It's a segment of society that faces far different issues in life than young adults.
One of the distinctions between the over 30 population and the under 30 is they tend to have a lot more consequences. Many times they have families relying on them, husbands or wives, children. They may be financially responsible for the people around them, and they tend to have been using for a much longer time. And so to challenge those belief systems or to change some of the behaviors when they've been going on for 40 years rather than 10 years is much more difficult. Surrender is one of the most important things that someone can do because it allows them to move forward into their commitment to actually doing some of the work that it takes to get sober and stay sober.
And taking that journey is so important, but also having hope along the way.
Hope is extremely important as well. You know, we tell people here a lot that you're not getting sober to sit in a meeting or to sit and do step work. You're getting sober for something greater than that. And in order for somebody to find the reason for getting sober, the reason for doing all of this work, they need to have hope that this is actually going to work. And they need to believe that going through this process will actually make their life something different than it was before.
Jamie has created programs at Transformations that are specifically designed for the over 30 population. These are programs that can help patients develop the mindset and skills needed to return to family, get a job, and tackle real problems that are part of everyday life.
In order to fuel change, we need to have somebody really identify and feel what's been going on with the consequences of their addiction. And when the consequences become great enough, we see change. I facilitate breathwork here. I do this in groups and with individuals. We have a special breathwork room. And this is a conscious connected breath, and it's a meditative process. It's very experiential. In traditional talk therapy, we're used to needing an answer for everything, having questions and answers. But this is a meditative process where people can actually work through physical pain, trauma, and other things going on in their lives without necessarily needing or having an answer. We use creative writing a lot. There's a number of things that are supportive about using creative writing. One is that often people might feel embarrassed or scared about sharing some of their innermost thoughts. And when they begin to write, something happens where they start to feel comfortable, and it's almost like they're having a conversation with themselves. It allows them to access parts of them that they may not even have known were there. And this has them really think critically about how they've been affecting those around them. And those can be some of the most compassionate letters you've ever seen.
Jamie, of course, every individual is different. Would you say, or do you think, that there is a foundation of recovery that everyone shares?
Yes. I believe that there are three things that are fundamental to recovery, and those are purpose, spirituality, and community. Purpose is that I'm not getting sober to sit in a meeting, and I'm getting sober for something bigger. I want joy in my life. I want peace in my life. I want serenity. Spirituality, I think a lot of people come into the program with fears about what they've learned in terms of religion and spirituality, or not knowing. Many people come in atheist or agnostic, and a fundamental piece of recovery is finding something bigger than myself. And then community, of course, which we call fellowship and 12-step recovery, is having a support system to rely on.
It's certainly not an easy journey, is it?
No, it's not.
But it can be done.
It absolutely can be done.
Addiction is not a moral failing. It's a medical disease that can be treated successfully. And Transformations offers the spirituality and mindset to help adults choose the right path to recovery.
There's always going to be hope. And I hope one day that I can give them what they deserve. A stronger, healthier, sober man.
Like so many addicts, Ben hopes to reclaim his life. It's a long, hard journey, but one that he has chosen to take through Transformations so that someday he'll be reunited with his family. We hope you'll continue to join us in our series as we show you how these unique programs which set Transformations apart can help others as well. Remember, for more information, you can go to transformationstreatment.center or our website, thebalancingact.com.
Such great information on today's show, from online education to restoring our credit.
And of course, our series on reclaiming your life, we're going to continue to look deeper into the roots of addiction and bring you stories of hope and recovery. And Julie, every time I leave the Transformations Treatment Center, you feel it. You see it, that hope, and people beating their addictions.
So inspiring. Remember, we have lots more on our website, thebalancingact.com.
We're also on Facebook and Twitter. Until the next time.
Remember, find your balance. So long, everybody.